Hello, everyone. I just wanted to take a few moments to go over this week and introduce your ingredient label project. One of the things that I posted to yesterday and Friday was a survey and your weekly agenda that looks like this, as was what you see on my screen. A couple of things that you need to work on this week will be completing that survey. If you haven't, that's going to be due on Wednesday. Then we have a chemical reactions assignment that I'm going to assign you tomorrow. That will be due Friday. And then your ingredient label project will be due next Wednesday. So you have this week and then half of the next week to work on your project. Okay. So I took the responses from the survey from those of you that have completed it, and I appreciate you guys completing that for me and have based my conferences hours based off that. So if you have questions on the project as I go over it today, you can either log in today, join into the conference, or you can join in Wednesday. You don't have to show up in the conference for me to take roll. The way I will be taking attendance will be through you completing your assignments. Okay, so just keep track of the assignments and make sure you turn them in on time. Okay, so if you are going to join us, I have posted here previous slide the meeting time and then the meeting ID. We're going to try Zoom today and see how that works. I'm trying to see what is best and which one works best for our situation here. So let me kind of just go over the project, and that way, if you don't have any questions, you can get started on them, and then we'll work from there. Okay, so let me X this out. Okay, so here's your ingredient label project. And the objective of the project is you to be able to become more familiar with chemical compounds, ionic or molecular. Molecular just means covalent compounds. And you're going to try to become familiar by identifying these compounds in different products that you have at home already. It can be processed foods, it can be cosmetics, cleaning products. You want to identify certain aspects of these compounds. So, first thing you want to do, you want to, let's reload here. We have a connectivity issue here. Trying to connect to the assignment here. Okay. Right. Okay, it's not loading. Let me go here. Okay, maybe we'll go this. Let's see if it's loaded. No. Maybe now. Yes. Okay. Alrighty. So let's start again. We're going to focus here on the directions. So you're basically going to select 5 products at home. Again, you don't want to go out. You want to find things that you have laying around at your home already. You can differentiate your products, like you don't have to have them all as prepared foods. You can find some toiletry items, perfume, deodorant, gel, toothpaste. I gave you some examples there that you can use. Once you have your 5 products, and you're going to look at your ingredient label, and you're going to try to identify 3 to 5 compounds for each label. So you may have Ritz crackers as one of your products. You may have hair gel as your second product. You have to identify 3 to 5 compounds on the Ritz crackers ingredient label, and then 3 to 5 compounds from the hair gel. Okay, you're going to take a picture of each of those products and their label, their ingredient label, and you're going to be putting those pictures into a Google Slides presentation that you will be creating. You're going to research um, information to fill in your data table about each of those compounds. So each of those compounds, those 3 to 5, each of those you need to be able to identify certain things, such as what is their chemical formula? Is it ionic or covalent? What are their physical and chemical properties? What are they used for in the product? So, for example, sodium chloride is used as a seasoning or flavor enhancer. So is yours used as a preservative, as an additive, if we're talking about a food product? If you're looking at hair products, then you have to research that information. And then what health benefits or risks does it have on humans or in the environment? And then all of the information that you search online, you want to make sure that you put it into a works cited slide or a reference slide. Same thing, a slide where you have all of the sources that you have looked up this information from. Okay. And then the reflection piece or conclusion per se will be you recording yourself and answering and reflecting on the 2 questions that I have there for you. And you're going to do that through Flipgrid, and the link will be right there. So, a couple of things to keep in mind. You want to make sure that you don't forget your picture. You want to make sure that you have all of your data for each of those chemical compounds, for each of those products. I discourage you from using sodium chloride because that's an easy one. Try to go with things that you are unfamiliar. And even if it does say at the beginning of the project that things that you've seen in class, but some of them you may not recognize. Try to see if you can identify them as ionic or covalent and use them and try to find information about them. Okay, so here's your rubric. So this is what I will use to give you your point. And this is what the data table should look like. Now I use sodium chloride, but you can see the chemical name, the type of compound it is. Here's my picture of my product and my ingredient label. Here's types of properties, what it's used for in the product, and then benefits or risks in the environment or human impact. Okay. Now, some of you may have left your notebook in the classroom. So if you left your notebook and you had your periodic table or your polyatomic ions list, you can research all of that, and that will be something that you can find online. Okay, in case you need to see what if your ingredient label has, like, for example, acetate or it has a carbonate. Those are going to be ionic because then they're bonding with another ion, and that would be a cation, something that's positively charged. Okay, I'm going to show you just a quick glance of one of my former students' project here, their ingredient project, just the first one. Here's their first product. They decided to put the product pictures in one slide. Then they have here the second slide would be all their data. They labeled everything, chemical name, chemical formula, what type of compound it is, the properties, how is it used in the product, and then risks and benefits. And you're going to do the same thing for all of your products. They decided to go with 5. So here's the other 2, what the chemical formula looks like, and what, again, is it based off ionic or molecular? And again, molecular would be covalent. Okay. After you complete and you have your works cited and everything that's on the rubric, then the next thing would be, and I'm going to go back to here. Let's see. You would want to complete your reflection piece, which will be the Flipgrid question. So you're going to click on that link, and it's going to take you directly to that assignment. You're going to join through Google. And then once you sign in, then you will be able to see, you're going to see the questions, reflect on the following questions and create a grid. Here are the two questions for you to assign, and you're just going to record your response that way. Okay. So there is basically a time limit, 5 minutes to answer these questions. I do encourage you to reflect on the questions before you record. I will use this as part of your conclusion, your for your project. Okay? What did you get out of looking at these ingredient labels, and what did you notice? And what are, if we had to dive in more into the risks and benefits, what would be something you want to research? Okay, so that is pretty much it for your ingredient project. So again, you have to create slides for each of those products. So have your product and all of your compounds for each of those products. And then don't forget your works cited at the very end. You have to have your sources cited to find all of this research in. Make your presentation nice. Make sure that it's a font color that is readable, that it's not too bright. Try to not add too much information, all bunched together, spread it out. That's why I showed you an example so you can kind of see how big your data table should look like so that everything fits nicely on your slides. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me go back to my weekly agenda. So again, you don't have to log in to the virtual conference unless you really need some help, okay? So hope everybody's doing great. Stay safe. If you have any more questions, just join into the virtual conference and I will be more than happy to help you out. All right, you guys have a great day. I will be in one virtual conference today, Monday, and then one on Wednesday. See you then.